Yes, over the last 100 years, average American people have voted themselves benefits like Social Security, unemployment insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, or at least they have voted for representatives who would put that into place. But at the same time, the American people have also supported tax increases on themselves to pay for all of those things. Remember, the Social Security tax only applies to the first $113,000 in wages, earned income. People like Paris Hilton and Mitt Romney, when they get all their money from capital gains, dividends, carried interest, they don't pay a penny of Social Security taxes on millions of dollars in income. The average top CEO in America with an income of $13.7 million a year, over $1 million a month. Can you imagine $250,000 a week showing up in your checking account? They only pay Social Security taxes on the first few days of income every year. After that, every penny they take is Social Security tax-free because you only pay it on the first $113,000. Quite literally, as Leona Helmsley famously said, only the little people pay such taxes. The safety net program for working class people is exclusively paid for by working class people. On the other hand, when the billionaire class extracts benefits from the government for themselves, they generally don't pay higher taxes. As Elizabeth Warren pointed out, she said, you know, people wonder, is the system rigged? Yes, it is. She's right. The billions in taxpayer subsidies for big oil, the trillions in bailouts and bonuses for Wall Street banksters, the hundreds of billions for war profiteers, they're always accompanied not by those people offering to pay more in taxes, but instead by demands for more tax cuts at the top. Stimulate the economy, cut the billionaires' taxes. And truth be told, billionaires aren't even receiving these benefits by voting for them. Instead, they get them through the simple process of buying politicians. For example, Sheldon Adelson spent $150 million in the last election. That's more than any American has spent in any election in American history, at least that we know of. And he spent all that money to give himself the benefits of derailing an Obama Justice Department investigation into his casino in China and to get his taxes cut even further. Billionaires also corrupt democracy through their benefits, to get their benefits through billionaire-funded think tanks like the Koch-funded American Legislative Exchange Council that writes legislation. They actually sit down, lobbyists and Republican legislators sit together in a room to write legislation that will benefit corporate America. And then ALEC has the Republican state lawmakers take it back to their state houses and pass those laws in state after state after state across the nation. But despite this very clear reality of who is demanding largesse from our government, it's still working people and average voters who are targeted by right-wingers with their viral emails as the selfish takers. They're the ones who are going to vote themselves all that Social Security. That's the reason why the Business Roundtable is saying the best way to fix insurance programs like Social Security and Medicare is to raise the retirement age to 70 and voucherize Medicare. Frankly, I think part of the reason why the top 200 CEOs in America are saying that could be that their pension programs are underfunded. And this way they won't have to pay it out. Of course, the average CEO for an S&P 500 company doesn't need Social Security, but they know that by raising the retirement age, they're shielding themselves from any tax increases that may come with raising that payroll tax cap. See, if we were to say, hey, it's not just the first 113,000, even billionaires have to pay into Social Security, suddenly they're paying taxes. And quickly and easily, that would make Social Security solvent forever, but the billionaires would be paying taxes. America's fiscal programs have nothing to do with voters. In fact, the billionaire class is trying to make it harder and harder for people to vote by pushing for voter suppression ID laws and restrictions on early voting. America's fiscal problems are a direct result of the billionaire class working behind the scenes of our democracy and siphoning off massive amounts of wealth for themselves while paying lower taxes than they've paid in a half century.